Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is my Smash That Small paper pad collab video, and it's where this collab is hosted by Houck's Crafty Cottage, and we, myself and all the other participants who will be listed in the description below, we all upload our videos on the 25th, and the point of this collab is to try to use up paper pads that we have in our stash, and that is anything that is smaller than a 12 by 12 paper pad. Last month, for the August recap, I think I had maybe one pad that I had actually finished. Let me look back here. Well, I had one pad that I had started, is what it was. And I think I was working on two. Well, I actually finished both of those that I was working on during last month. One I started June 29th, and I actually finished it up on the 6th of September. And that was Park Lane. It was a 6x8 pad from Joann's. These are all the projects I ended up creating. I don't know if I have all of these, because some of these were for like swaps and things. I may have a lot of them, I may not. I'll have to see what I've got here in my little basket, but I will show what I have beside me. August the 11th, or somewhere around that time, because I cannot remember exactly what day I started a Bow Bunny 6x6 called Early Bird, and I finished that on the 7th of September. So I kind of worked on these. The reason I started this one was for this collab here. I wanted this particular paper for these cards, and then I kind of was working on another paper. I was working on other projects and stuff that I did not want this paper for, so that's kind of why it took forever to get through this paper pad. But this one I worked from around the middle of August through the 7th of September, and then on the 7th I started Authentique Flawless. I started because I was needing to do 3 different pink items for a swap. It was called a pink swap. And this paper pad was all black and pink. It was gorgeous. I love the papers in it. I believe I got it at Hobby Lobby. I started at the 7th, and I actually finished at the 12th. Now, the 3 items that I sent off for the swap, I do not have anymore, of course, so I won't be able to show pictures of that. And if I'm able to figure out how to do it, I'll try to insert a picture, but I'm not sure if I will get to do that or not. And then I started a paper pad last night because, again, I was wanting this particular pad for a swap project, and it's Pinkaboo. I've seen several people here lately that have been using the 6x6 pad. I do not have that. I actually got this year, just about a few weeks back at Michael's. It's the 6x6. I would have liked to have seen the 12x12 pad, but when I was there at my Michael's store just a few weeks ago, they actually had no 12x12 Halloween pads. They were all getting in all the Christmas stuff. I did find a really gorgeous pink and purple Christmas pad. I needed another 12x12 pad, but it was all gorgeous pastels, so I'll be working with that hopefully one day in the future, near future. But I know for sure Beth, who is Bourbon Creek Crafts, she was using this pad for some projects recently, and so I actually had started working on this. So far, all I've got, which I need to write it down here, the items that I made, started last night and finished a swap item tonight. So I'm going to go through everything here real fast. I'll just show what I made. With the Park Lane 6x8 pad, I made 6 A2 cards for this Great American Stash Bash collab. Back in June, I made 3x3 cards, a lot of ATCs, and a card embellishment, more embellishments, a waterfall folio. All of this was done in August right here, from the 3x3s down to the bookmarks. Or I don't know if I made the bookmark in August, but I think I stopped at the folio in August, and then in September I finished up, I think, with the bookmark. More 3x3 cards and 2 more A2 cards. With this pad here, the Bow Bunny Early Bird, I made 9 flower embellishments and 6 circle embellishments, and those I showed in my embellishments on the 11th, back on August the 11th, I believe. Yes, I pulled that pad out for that collab because I really like the patterns. I made 9 A2 cards, 9 3x4 envelopes, 8 3x4 cards, and 8 ATCs. With this pad that I started on the 7th and ended the 12th, I made a pink mini pocket letter for swap. I made an A2 card, which I was going to send with the swap, and I ended up not doing it. 2 ATCs, 3x3 cards with envelopes, A2 cards, I made 5 of them, 7 ATCs, 7 circle embellishments that I also sent with the pink swap. And I had another item. There were some tags that I had made probably a year ago that I happened to look up on my shelf above my craft table, and they were pink and white, so they were still pink, but they did not like coordinate with this paper, but they were still pink and I really liked them, so I sent those as my third item for the pink swap. And then out of my scraps I was able to put together an A2 card. And then for this paper so far I have made I've got 3 Halloween like mini dominoes that have started working on, and then I have 3 dominoes that I completed, and those 3 completed ones are for a swap. So let me go ahead and show what I've got here to the side. I'll just go ahead and show the pink since that's on the very top here. This is my Authentique, and this one is called Flawless, and here's like what the patterns look like inside. Now there were at least, I think there's about, how many pages were there? There were 12 patterns, and they're all double-sided. But I don't know, it doesn't say on here. Oh, 24 pieces. And so there were actually, I'm thinking, at least 4 of the cut-aparts. So I don't know. But there was a lot of paper to work with in this little pad, and I love all of I loved all of the prints. I thought they were all just gorgeous with the black and the pink and the white. Loved working with that, and you see this is pretty much all of the scraps that I have left. So I will not be keeping any of this probably, unless I keep like a few of these long strips that I can use on ATCs. I might keep a few of the strips for that. I keep a little basket to the top back corner of my craft table that I can grab if I'm looking for a small scrap for like an ATC. Okay, so here are the little 3x3 note cards that I made. Love this paper for the envelopes. It just turned out beautiful, and I love the fact that it was double-sided, so you have that real nice pretty pattern on the inside. And I just made simple little cards just by layering the patterns. And I took, of course, my Tim Holtz words. I love those sticker books from Tim Holtz, and my little Paper Studio flowers that I seem to go to for every project that I make. I have to have some kind of bling or flower or something, and the insides are just plain. So there is that one. Here's this one. I love that pattern with the roses on it and this like script on the inside. And there is that one. And that's going to drive me crazy since I put this other card in sideways. Have to flip it around. This one, I love this little tiny rosebud pattern with the gray and the black and the hot pink little dots, and this real pretty like gray on black or black on gray pattern there. And then here is this card. Love this pattern. I love this pattern because it looks very like what do you call it? Collage, like a collage paper. Love that pattern. And then here is this one using this pattern here, and there's what the inside looks like, and there's that card. So these I think turned out super cute. Be real nice, and I love having a bunch of these like 3x3 note cards and 4x4s on hand because they're perfect for just if I need something quick to like tuck into Happy Mail or a swap or something, then I've got those. And here are the ATCs that I came up with. And this is just a little flower. It's sort of a vellum filling. It's like a vellum textured flower. And it might even be vellum. And it's got the little gem in the middle. And I just cut out some little flags with the scraps. And this is one of the cut aparts. I love the sayings on this paper pad. Classy is when, okay, it's not focusing. Classy is when you have a lot to say, but you remain silent in front of fools. So there's that one. This one is very blingy. I love this one. I ended up having this piece that was too short. It didn't go all the way across. It wasn't the full width of the ATC. Just a hair short of being 3.5. So it fit perfect, this little row of pink gems. It was like the perfect width for that to go on the edges. And then I used one of the flowers on each corner here, and I just layered, like matted the saying on this one. Love of beauty is taste, the creation of beauty is art. So there's that one, and these are all done on black card bases. Here is this one. I had just a small scrap of paper, so I took a little pearls and just ran them along the edges of that paper. I had 4 flowers left that were pink, so I just did a cluster of those to the side. And then here's that phrase, little cut apart that I used. The same one again from the other card. And then I love this image here. Just backed it on some white cardstock. So there's that one. And on this one, I had used this trim from, I'm trying to look for it, it's right here in front of me. It's from, I had gotten it a long time ago from Hobby Lobby, I believe, and I'd never used it. I actually cut the wrapper off of it for when I did my pocket letter. I would use this to wrap the spine on the pocket letter. And so since I actually have it upside down, since I had it right there, I thought that looked really pretty on there. So I just did 1 row of that across. I love how it's two-tone, like the dark pink and the lighter pink. And then it says, I'm not a 1 in a million kind of girl. I'm a once in a lifetime kind of woman. And then there again, I backed it on the white and just added some little gemstones there. And here's this one. I just cut out one of those little roses and just did a row of bling down each side and put these cut apart right through the middle. And then this one, I just kind of draped it, well, you can see, just kind of worked it away around the sentiment and between the cut apart and the image, this other cut apart between the words and the image. Thought that looked kind of cool. And I just had lots of like smaller pieces of paper that I just put behind the 2 images here, or the 2 cut aparts. I thought that turned out kind of cool. And it said she needed a hero, so that's what she became. And then this one I love. I had this little poodle. It was practically the only sticker left on a sticker sheet that used to have all kinds of Paris things on it, and it was pink, and I thought it looked really cute there in the corner. I just did an entire border of bling, another one of those little flowers up there, and then I just used odds and ends words from a sticker sheet and just pieced them together. This one I thought turned out really pretty. This was one larger cut apart, so I put it on a little backing of black, so you can just see a little bit of the pattern peeking out from behind it. Use one of those vellum flowers there, and then a plain gem in the rest of the corners. Thought that turned out really cute. And the last ATC, I love this one. It has a bunch of the Paper Studio flowers, and then I put Believe in Yourself from the Tim Holtz sticker book, and then I backed the image on black and then a little bit of the pattern paper behind it. And there's one strip of the scrap paper behind there on the side. I thought that turned out so adorable. So there are the ATCs that I created. Put those to the side here. And then my A2 cards. I'll start out with the scrap card. I just took them, and I took a piece of white that I cut down to 4 by 5 1/4, since I wanted to have the base, of course, is 4 1/4, 5 1/2. And so I just took a little piece of white that I cut down to 4 by 5 1/4, and then just did my scraps on an angle and left a little tiny a bit of the white showing through. And this little butterfly and the flower are from a Dollar Tree sticker sheet. And of course I have my bling up there and down here, and then just put a Tim Holtz word sticker on there. Love how that turned out. This is the card that I had made that I had considered sending in the swap. I was going to do like a set of cards, and I ended up not doing that. Changed my mind with some other things that I was making. So here is the one card, and I think I made them so they flip. Oh no, this one goes like that. I may take some of the scraps and try to do just a little touch of something inside. And I used some plain pearl bling up there. This is some trim that I had in my stash. It's a very pale pink. And I love the black, how it just pops out that image there, and the sentiment. And so there's that card. I think these are very elegant cards. And then here's this one. Very similar, but I did it a little bit differently. As you can see, just slightly altered. Not much, but just a little bit different. And then here's this one. I put the rose trim down the side. Just put 2 of the cut-aparts on the front. But that fun little print here. It's got all kinds of like, I think there's some Eiffel Towers in here. There's some mostly, I don't know if there's much Paris stuff in this pad. I think it's mostly like makeup and just girly stuff that's in the patterns in the background. But I thought that was a really cute pattern paper for the background. And then here's this one. I took just a piece of a doily and put it down in the corner. And that was on the paper, and I thought that was a beautiful image, so I left it down there. And then I used this as the first layer, and then a scrap of that as my backing for the sentiment. Thought that turned out really, really cute. And then here's this one that I used another piece of a doily, and then made some more flags and used lots of bling. And this one, I pulled out these little like nail, I think they're considered like nail gems or something, but they came in a little case of all kinds of these little flowers, little resin flowers. And I found 2 of the black and a light pink. And I thought that was cute right through the middle there between the 2 cut-aparts. And there is that card. So that is what I made out of this paper pad. And there were some, like I said, there's some things I can't show because they had already been sent away. Let me find somewhere to put this out of my way now so that it's not falling everywhere. I think I'll just put it down in the floor for right now. Okay, so I'll go ahead and show what I started working on for the Pinkaboo pad. Let me get this on white paper here. I was doing a altered domino swap, and I thought I had regular size dominoes, but I could not find them, and I couldn't find large. Like I tried to look at Walmart, didn't see any, and I knew I had these little mini ones that come from Dollar Tree, so I just went ahead and went with that. I did 6 total that I got the paper adhered down, and did the glossy accents over the top. These are 3 that I still have to work on, but they're going to be for either my own stash or just to maybe do for another swap that I might be in. These are what I completed for the altered domino swap. Now, to get a little bit more size on them, I just took a piece of black cardstock. It's heavy cardstock, like 110 pound, and just used my mini envelope punch board to round the corners, and then I just glued the domino down with glossy accents onto the cardstock. And then I took different trims from my stash, and there was just enough of a border from the domino to the edge of the cardstock that I was able to just use glossy accents to attach like a little border of bling. And then I took an even smaller bling around the actual domino itself. And then these are little, okay, if I can get them to show up, little tiny little resin flowers. And I added a teeny tiny little gem into the center. And then just glossy accented it to the corner. And I love how these turned out. They have those little Pinkaboo papers inside. I thought these turned out super cute. So that is what I have made for a altered domino swap that I'm in. So I lay those to the side now. That's all I have made so far with that Halloween pad. So I'm going to go ahead and show the Joann's 6x8 pad. I still have, well, I have these scraps, but I'm considering this pad done because I do not want to work with it anymore. I'm just going to add these pieces here because they're large enough to be used for like an ATC or a scrap card, maybe 3x3 note cards. I will just toss them into my scrap container that I keep up above my desk. And I do have 2 of the full sheets left because I want to do something with these images. My mom loves butterflies, and I thought I might try to frame one or maybe do an altered notebook for her, and one could be like the cover of it. And so here is the empty packaging now that I'm going to toss in my garbage. And here is the folio. I showed it last month. I wasn't quite finished with it, but I will show it now that it's finished. Let me try to move this up a little bit. Okay, so this still looks the same. I still have the little belly band on it. And it just opens up like this. And the last time I showed it, it was blank on the inside. And I did add these 4 pockets on the inside. And in order to keep the tags from slipping all the way down, I just put a little flower at the top of each tag. And I thought that turned out absolutely adorable. And it just tucks in like that. And I like to make it so that it just peeks out the top. And then there's that one with this pattern paper on the tag. And that one was, I didn't really like it that it was sideways, but that's the paper that I had to work with. I really wanted to use that print. And so I thought, well, that's not going to hurt anything. Okay, come on, get in here. Alrighty now. There we go. And this one here has another piece of that butterfly paper on it, and it is actually the right direction. So it just tucks in here, and then down here on the bottom tag is this pretty butterfly with the blue and white design. And then these are all just the little flip-ups that I showed in the last video. They all just flip up. And that is the waterfall part of the folio. Love the patterns on this paper pad. And I think it looks so much better with the tags, like the little pockets on the inside. It just gives that something little extra. I think it looks more finished instead of leaving it like the inside's blank. I just think that helps to finish it off. Okay, and then here are the little note cards that I made. I didn't do anything to the outside yet. I just made them real quick just to try to use up the paper I had and just to have, you know, try to get another project made and to finish off that pad. So here are the cards that I have, and I can easily just put a little sentiment, like I can just stamp something, cut it out, use like maybe a scallop circle and put a circle sentiment on the middle, put a flower or something on there, a butterfly, and have a nice little card. So there are the 3x3 cards that I made. And this isn't a completed bookmark yet because I have not laminated it, but I have these pieces that I had actually 2 strips that were 2 inches, actually 2 1/4, and they are by the full 8 inches in length. And so I just took one of the cut aparts here, backed it with the white so it would stand out a little bit, and on the back side another cut out. And I'm going to laminate it, and I think that's a really cute bookmark that I'm going to include with the, like if I want to do a journal with that butterfly image on the front of it, and I think that bookmark would go perfect in that journal. And then here are some cards that I made, and this is just from a sticker book. I don't even remember where I got the sticker book from, but it's just a little circle sticker, and I just put it on top of like a white circle and then use my starburst punch. Thought that turned out cute. And here are the ATCs. That one is probably my absolute favorite. I love the collars. I love that hot pink and the gold. Love how it just, with that orange, hello. I think all the collars just scream summer. I love that. love this ATC. Here's another one that I absolutely love. I put my gold corners and added a little purple gem in the corner of each one. And the butterfly image in the middle. Just love that one. And then here is this one. I happen to think, just really love the way all of these turned out. There's this one with like a ribbon type little flower. This one here. This had a lot of nice, like larger size cutouts with different fun sayings on them that I think worked well with ATCs. This one, I actually put the image up a little bit onto some foam tape. So here are some more 3x3 note cards. Real simple cards. Just using the cutouts and a strip of like the scrap paper. I think that one turned out adorable. And then here's one with another bright orange on that pink and gold. I just love that color combo. Here's this one. And then another ATC with the gold corners. And I just put a gold bling in the center of each corner. And then here are the embellishments. This one just says notes. And this one says discover. And this one says moments, if it wants to show up well enough. These are so hard to read because of the gold foiling. It kind of wants to glare. And that one's happiness and another happiness. So very simple little embellishments. And these are the cards that I originally made for my Great American Stash Bash video. Just simple little cards here. This would be a nice card set to try to maybe sell if I'm ever able to get into a craft fair. Doesn't look like I will ever be in a craft fair, but I'm hoping that one day maybe there'll be one that I can participate in. So that's what I was able to make out of the Park Lane butterfly pad. And now the last set of projects are all from this Bo Bunny, what was it called? It was, yes, here it is, Early Bird. And this is all of the scraps that I have left from this one. I probably won't keep any of these at all, maybe just a couple of them, because there's not really a whole lot left to really work with, just itty-bitty little scraps. So there's that. I'll go ahead and start out with the first thing I'm grabbing here. These are A2 cards, and I did use Dollar Tree stickers. I've had these for a long time with these like large vases with the flowers, and I just never had like the right project to use them on. And I think the collars worked beautifully with this paper, and I think the size of it was just perfect for this layout as well. And the insides are just blank. And then here is another one that I pulled out like 6 or 7 different Dollar Tree sticker sheets that I just pulled from. Just kind of mixed and matched the different stickers with the cards. These I think turned out adorable. Here's this one with the butterfly and the little friendship. This one I love. I love that little, just a simple little vase with 2 flowers in it on that pretty pattern paper. And this one, I love those patterns and collars together. And here's this one. I just took a few of the butterflies off of the sheet. And then here I used a few birds. And then here's the last one. Put this one in the middle, and then these 2 little birds here. But that turned out really cute. Here are the envelopes that I made. They turned out beautiful. These are all the patterns basically that were in the paper pad. And there's this almost like a seashell shaped, kind of like a shell design. This pretty stripe, blue and white stripe. This pretty floral print. These pretty butterflies. This pretty hot pink and light pink and blue, and then this pretty lighter blue, and this blue with the yellow sort of flower designs. Love that pattern, or that color together with the yellow and the blue. This is one of my favorite pieces with the little teacups and teapots. And then this one I love because of the sort of a bluish green color in there with the real soft pinks and sort of minty colors. Those are the envelopes. And now I've got my ATCs here. Let me grab those out real fast. That's one of my favorite ways to use up these 6x6 pads. Whenever I'm down to scraps, I can always throw together some ATCs. So here's one that's in all pretty colors of that real pale blue. And okay, it does not want to focus at all. It says, no journey is too great if you find what you seek. And then I just took a, this is a white, very sparkly, thin washi tape that I just put a border on each side. And then have this Dollar Tree sticker in the middle. I think that turned out so cute. And then here is this with the gold. Love that together. And this one, here's that one of my favorites with the yellows and the blues. I did the gold on the gold washi on the sides, and then one of those Dollar Tree butterflies, and just put Happy Day on there. And here is one of my favorites. These actually came off of a set of like free address label stickers that I've had for years. They aren't even my right address now, but I really like the images. It's like a birdhouse. Let me see if I can get it to show up. Yes, it's like a bird sitting at the hole to the birdhouse. And then I just used this different set of gold corners that I found, and some of my gold bling, and then some word stickers. And those word stickers are from Hobby Lobby. They're the paper studio. And then here's this one. And I think there is a bling on the back of my, yes, I need to take it off of the back here and pop it on the right spot that it goes on. Okay. So there's this card here, just says Loving Life, and it has another one of those little birds at the birdhouse. And there's these little border peel-offs that came off of one of the like corner sticker sheets. And then here's this one, another one of those little stickers off of the address labels. And my corners that I love, and that is not wanting to focus at all. There it is. Just really, the colors just pop on that one. This one is the pink and blues together with the gold. And then here is this one that I think turned out really, really cute with the Dollar Tree flower. And there's that. And then I've got a bunch of little tiny 3x4 cards. And these are some punch outs that I found. I don't even know when I got them, where I got them from, or how long I've had them. And they were just little punch outs. So I had to actually like glue them down because they were not stickers. And they were shaped like tags. So this one just says just for you. And this one has a cute little bird on it. It says just to say thanks. So these made perfect little card toppers. To someone special. And this one, let me see, it's hard to read. It says best wishes. With that real pretty pink and blue floral. And that one's a congratulations. So this is just a real nice set to have for all different occasions. To someone special. Especially for you. And then birthday wishes. And each of these I just backed onto some white cardstock before I glued them down. And the insides don't have anything on them. And the fronts have a couple different layers of like cardstock and then the pattern paper. And then the last thing, which I already showed in my embellishments on the 11th video, back on August the 11th. And these are just the different like flowers and little circle embellishments that I put together just with scraps of paper. And this is actually what started me working on this pad. So here are just a few of them real quick, since I've already showed them up closer in that other video. But then, it looks like my camera is about ready to run out of room, so I don't want my video to end and then cut me off and I have to start over because it's already 35 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. Make sure you go check out everyone else who is participating and see what different pads they've worked on, what they've got finished. Hopefully they've got a lot of projects made and paper pads used up over the last month. So thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you all have had a great day, and I'll talk to you all the next time. Goodbye.